Kino is a dedicated video app made for the iPhone by Lux Optics, the same people who made the wildly successful Halide photography app for the iPhone. But Kino, however, was just awarded the Apple App Store App of the Year 2024. So how good can it be? You see, I have the latest iPhone, the 16 Pro, and I didn't just buy it to flex. No, I bought it because I have poor impulse control. But I wanted it because I could shoot 4K 10-bit log on it. You see, I shoot video professionally, so the idea that I could have this little yoke in my pocket that I could match to my bigger yokes, well, that was pretty enticing. In fact, here's a little A/B test. So, main camera, A, iPhone, B. Main, A, iPhone, B. And it looks pretty good. Now, if I want to shoot log using the stock camera app on the iPhone, I run into a problem because I can only shoot ProRes if I want to shoot log. And regardless of the flavor of ProRes that you shoot, your file sizes are going to be massive. And I am not interested in bankrupting myself by buying SSDs. So I need a different solution. In the last few years, we've seen a series of these like professional video camera apps show up for the iPhone. Most notably is probably Filmic Pro, seeing I think it's been around the longest, but the most well-known currently may be the Blackmagic Cam app, and that's because Apple themselves used it to shoot one of their events a few years ago. Now, these apps are great for professionals to use because they are full of professional features. And not only that, but they allow a sort of deeper level of customization when it comes to those features. Now, Kino kind of fits in between the stock camera app and these more professional apps. It has some of these pro features that you'd want in an app like this, but it doesn't allow for that same depth of customization. And that's no fault of Kino's, because on their website they claim that the app is for everyone. Now, it still has a bunch of the pro features you'd expect, like waveform, grid, focus control, white balance control, and most importantly for me, the ability to choose what codec you're shooting on. So I no longer have to shoot log, or I no longer have to shoot ProRes log. I can now shoot HEVC log, which means my file sizes are so much smaller, which is great. It means I don't have to liquidate any assets. And as a 29-year-old in Vancouver, I don't have any assets to liquidate, which is even better news. So that's great. That's excellent news. But there is one thing that is kind of going against Kino in this situation, and that's the fact that the Blackmagic Cam app is free, whereas Kino costs $12.99 here in Canada. So what else can it do? You see, Kino has a certain ace up its sleeve, a certain je ne sais quoi in the form of LUTs. Yeah, exciting. You see, in the app, it has a series of LUTs, or grades, that you can apply to your footage that have been designed by professional colorists and creators. And a lot of these grades actually look pretty good. Now, they're not all personally to my taste, but I've really enjoyed shooting with the mellowed look designed by Kev Yu there. And what's really nice is that you can set up the app to just preview these grades on your footage, so you see a nice graded image, but then you're shooting log. Or bypass all of that and just bake the look straight onto the footage. You see, the app is actually very approachable for beginners. Plus, it also has this very simplistic, kind of pared down UI, which is very easy to navigate. So while I do love that it is so approachable for beginners, that does come at the expense of those professional features. You see, while it has stabilization in the app, There's no choosing what level of stabilization you want. It's either on or off. Same with the waveform. It's either on or off. You can't even scale it or resize it or move it around the screen. Additionally, there are some features that I'd like to see added to the app. For example, anamorphic D-squeeze, or even just the ability to digitally zoom through the different lenses. Because currently, you just choose a lens and you shoot with it and you can't do any zooming at all. I wouldn't even necessarily call that a professional feature, but I don't know, in the future, maybe they just hide a pro toggle in the settings, which kind of like unlocks more sort of in-depth features or settings, or the ability to get more in-depth with these settings. I feel like I was just saying the same thing over and over. But let's talk about cost for a second, because while Kino does cost around the same price as a big sandwich, it is only a one-time purchase. Unlike Halide, there are no subscription options, which, I gotta be honest, is pretty appealing and pretty refreshing. Does it actually cost the same as a big sandwich? Okay, one sec, I just need to check something. Went in to see if they had a big sandwich and how much that would be. Only saw 2 halves of a big sandwich, $9.99. I would say that one big sandwich would be $20 in that case, which that's mad. $20. I think Kino's a little bit cheaper than that, so safe bet. So you are actually getting quite a few pro features in an app that costs less than the price of a big sandwich. You're getting more advanced camera control, HEVC log recording, and a host of LUTs that are designed by professional colorists right in the app. And while it's not as in-depth as the Blackmagic camera app, I think as long as you know that, it's pretty worth it. Like, if I'm doing professional work, I'm probably going to choose the Blackmagic app still. But if I just want to capture some nice looking log footage on my phone while I'm out and about, then Halide just kind of seems like a no-brainer. It's like a step above the stock camera app for people who are interested in video, but it doesn't get bogged down in a host of complex settings. But can you do everything that you can do in the Kino app for free? Yes, with extra steps. But if you are curious how you'd go about getting these kind of like LUTs and stuff on your footage for free, and you happen to be a Lumix user, then check out my last video on Lumix Lab, where you can apply all these free LUTs to any footage that you have on your phone from your phone for free. But until then, my name's Robin, and I'll see you in the next one. Slán leat.